What's up, everybody? It's Twine with Transport LLC. Making a quick video for the ones that's about to get started with Amazon Relay. Couple things you want to make sure that you do some research because for myself, I'm in the Washington D.C. market. We're gonna just do a quick search. What you really want to make sure is that your domicile, where you're going to start at, is in a proper market, because you might find yourself traveling with some deadhead every day just to pick up the loads. So me thinking that DC market was going to be a local distribution center in DC, come to find out that the quickest one closest to me is in Baltimore. So I can search different cities, but I find out that I have to do a 37-mile deadhead to Baltimore, pick up loads, and I did a 75-mile radius just to make sure I pick up some good loads. So they are paying decent. What I do is I look for a bigger price. And you'll see, it's not a ton of money right now because people already snatched them up for the weekend. Right now it's Saturday morning, and they got stuff for let's see when they got stuff for tomorrow. So I got start date to the nearest. But I want to just search some cities, so people that are interested in the cities. But 160 miles for tomorrow. You might get some last minute stuff later on today, but you'll see this 2 drops or 1 drop, 1 pickup, 1 drop. Excuse me. This is going all the way to to the ocean, to the coast in Delaware. So like on something like that, it's going to be $317, $85 in fuel. But we're talking about 160 miles. Most trucks get, depending from 8 to 12 miles a gallon, say 12 miles a gallon. So you're talking about 13, 14 gallons of gas for diesel. That's $5 a gallon. So yeah, it's a decent, for one run, but the deadhead back, that's what's going to get you coming back home. So you got to take that gas and double it. So if you're thinking you're going to spend $100 in gas, you're probably going to spend $200 in gas. So then you look at it and say, well, I'll make $200 for that run. All right, we're going to search a couple cities. I've been looking at Nashville lately. They got a lot of, Tennessee has a lot of good loads, what I saw. You got 204 miles, just 1 pickup, 1 drop, $759. Let's just click on and see what the details are on that. So it's from Nashville to Knoxville. She estimated payout. They're giving $313 a mile. So you get $650 based on the mileage and $109 in fuel. So altogether, $759 for Tennessee. Excuse me. And I've seen a couple. Let's just go to bigger payouts. See what they're talking about. Highest payouts. Like I said, this is stuff for later on today. But I'm just doing the highest payout, not the earliest time. But you'll see a lot of Tennessee's in the $600 range. A lot of it's in the $600 range. I don't have early access because honestly, I haven't even done a load yet. I'm getting my truck. My truck is coming for delivery on Tuesday, so I will get started with that. Let's see some other areas. I thought Atlanta was actually really good too. So this is Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to go to Memphis. Let's see what they talk about in Memphis. See what kind of loads they got over there. They're eating over there. They doing okay. So you get something like, $600 loads. It's not bad. Let's see what Atlanta doing. Atlanta, Georgia. I got said, like I said, I got to the highest payout. So a lot of these are snatched up. All right, this is what's left over. So, the ones that got the early access, they eating real good. This is just, this is what they call the scraps, leftover stuff. There's plenty of work out here for me. If you can pick up a late night Amazon and then do a local delivery, if you got local deliveries, little dedicated lanes, you definitely can make, for what I'm seeing, in the time restraints, you could do Amazon at night, 4 or 5 hours, and hopefully get back and do a local run or something like that. And, you're making $750 a day and up. If you do it right, $750, maybe even $1,000 a day. I know it's not every day, but if you plan it right, if you have some local stuff, but just getting started with Amazon, to me, I feel that it's a lot. It's enough money out here to survive. You gotta figure out your operating costs. Operating costs is the main thing. I mean, for me, for my truck payment, insurance payment, just those two alone, you're looking at $5,000 a month. So you got to figure this with the $5,000 a month, just for the truck to sit and look pretty. You're talking about $175 a day, $180 a day. I'm not doing the math that hard, but I just put it for $200 a day, just for the truck to sit there and look pretty, not even moving. So you figure that you got to go out and make some money. You got to make, your household expenses. Before you even start with the box truck, you got to understand what your finances. Like if you can't answer the basic question of how much does it cost for you to live and pay all your bills every month, not a piece of it, but how much does it cost to pay your bills? If you don't know that answer, you need to really evaluate what you're doing, because you got to know, you got to add up all your income, all your bills, and divide it by 30. Every single bill, I'm talking about food, entertainment, household goods, rent, cable, phone bill, every single bill that you have to add it up and divide by 30. That's how much you got to make per day, on top of the truck and everything else. So before you even start business, you have to understand your finances and get all your finances in order. Make sure that you understand how much you need to make per day. And once you understand that, you're going to be in a better prepared to get this money, because you know what you have to make every day. And if you do it right, you can grind right, you're making $3, $4, $5. $500 a day with Amazon. That's $15,000 a month. If you can get the $500 a day, now that's gross. Net, you might make $300 a day. Depending on how much running you're doing. But that's still $9,000 a month. So, like I said before, get your understanding of your budget, finances, and operating costs. That's gonna be first. And I'm gonna talk about my journey as starting my LLC, how much it has cost me, because I made a couple mistakes with insurance and getting everything ready. The hardest part for me was financing my vehicle. How long it takes, you know, um, with Progressive Insurance, with actually dealing with the the FMCSA. You have to have insurance, commercial insurance, to get started, for your authority to go active. Now, my biggest mistake was just the timeline, the timing of it, because I tried to do it myself, and I paid for my insurance early before I found a truck, and that was my biggest mistake with financing. Now, I went through Penske to finance a vehicle. That process, just to let you know, that process takes about a month and a half. So if you're getting insurance, and insurance is, let's say in my case, my insurance down payment was $4,950 to put down on insurance, and then it was $2,700 a month for the truck. So before I even got my truck, I'm already in it for 8,000 just for the insurance, because I did it too early. If I had known that the process was going to take this long, always finance your truck first. If you're going to finance, I'm not talking about the rental route and everything else, but if you're going to finance your truck, don't get insurance until you're about to sign and get the truck delivered to you, or you have access to the truck to put tags on it. As far as your authority going active, what I would say, it takes about 21 days from your application, and they have to go through the vetting process and everything like that. So it takes about, once you apply for it, you got 21 days before it goes active. You have to have your insurance before it goes active. But they give you a total of 90 days, 3 months. For the time you apply for it, pay the $300, you have 90 days you'll get a warning letter in the mail. They'll tell you, they'll send you a letter, say, hey, you better have your insurance and BOC3 and USCR. You got to have all that stuff to be in compliance, but you got 90 days to do it. So what I suggest is you can pay your $300, get your authority, but for it to go active, you need insurance. So I suggest you first acquire the finances. Make sure your credit's good enough. Make sure you have the down payment. That's another thing. Most people, as far as a down payment, it's a lot of money if you're going to get a newer truck. The newer the truck, the lower miles, it's going to cost more money. So I highly suggest that you get your credit in order, or if you have access to money and you're blessed enough to put down a down payment. Most of these companies, they don't tell you. They require, for a first-time business owner with a new authority and a brand new company, most companies, they don't want to deal with you until you have 2 years under the belt. But like for me, they require 50% down on the vehicle. No matter what vehicle it is, you're paying about 50% down. So, most of these trucks with Penske, they're talking about 50, 60, 70, $80,000. And, you pay for what you get for, and you pay for what you get. And one of the biggest things is making sure you find a solid vehicle. Me, myself, I got a 2016 Hino with 75,000 miles on it. So that's one thing I had to do, is get something like that, because it was just the mileage itself was so low. The truck's in really good condition. Actually, it's level 1 with Penske, and that's why I decided to go ahead with it. Yeah, it's definitely a journey, but definitely when it comes to having insurance, don't get that insurance until you're ready to get the vehicle, acquire the vehicle. It's just one phone call. It takes 10 minutes to set up your account. Once they charge your card or you make a payment, that insurance is active. It takes 5-10 minutes. So if you do it within the time frame of applying for your FMCA authority, you have 90 days to comply. And that's what having the insurance, the BOC3 and the UCR. So that's the biggest mistake that I did, was getting insurance too early.